All right. No Filter MMA family. This is your boy BJ, and I'm here live. I'm here live in quarantine. I've been quarantined, y'all. I've been quarantined. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought I would come on to give you guys some chat, some MMA talk, some coronavirus talk. You know, this coronavirus, man. Y'all. Let me see here. Man, that was a fast comment. What's up, bro? Caleb Levini. What's up, man? If they cancel Khabib versus Tony, I'm done with watching MMA. Man, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly why I'm here, man. That is why I'm here. That is why I have this. That is why I have this. I have this. I have my Marvel poster here. And I'm ready to talk, man. Let's talk about this travesty going on in the country, man, in the world. It's not just, it's not just the United States where I am. This is not like a. Hold on, guys. Let me fix my camera here. Let me fix my camera here, y'all, because this is not looking correctly. Okay, let's see. Let's see. That's much better. Here we go. You know, I was talking to the guys from One Up MMA. You guys know I work very closely with those guys. Um, I was talking to those guys, and Austin made a statement. A statement that didn't hit home until till I really thought about what it is that he said. And he said that the world is very weird right now. You know, they said the world is very weird right now. And I can't help, and it took me, when I read that first statement, when I first read that statement, I was like, Austin just talking. And then I actually read the statement again and it marinated. I was listening to what he was actually saying. And I'm like, wow, the world is in a really weird place right now. Like this whole thing is just weird. This whole thing is very, very weird. It's extremely, extremely, extremely weird. But and clarify me if I'm wrong. Clarify me if I'm wrong. But is the is the coronavirus nothing more than just like a common respiratory infection? I mean, is it really nothing more than just your common respiratory infection, or is I mean, I understand like some people have died from it, which people have died from the common cold or the flu that the different strands of flu that come out every year. But I understand it's very highly contagious. It's spreading very fast, Um, but is this the way that our country should be reacting to it? Like, is it? I mean, like, 'cause this is how I'm looking at it. This is how your average citizen, you know what I'm saying, is looking at it, and I'm looking at it like when the Ebola outbreak broke out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't anywhere near this level, and Ebola is a much more dangerous virus or illness to have than the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Like, the coronavirus is not as deadly as Ebola. And when Ebola broke out, there was no quarantining, there was no crazy. It was crazy coverage on the news, but it wasn't like stores being emptied out. It wasn't nothing like that. So this is like our country is just very weird right now, and when Austin made that statement, it took me a minute to hold on, guys. I'm trying to do some trickery here. And when Austin made that statement, like I said, it took that statement a minute uh, to marinate. You know what I'm saying? It took that statement a minute um, to really resonate. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, as long as I've been alive, you know what I'm saying? I'm 30 years old. As long as I've been alive, I've never seen our country in such shock since 9/11. 9/11 was the only time that I've ever seen our country, in a state of shock like this, where we're seeing the president have to make, very important moves and stuff like that. Like it's just this is the second time this is the second time in my lifetime that I've seen this our country like on edge, you know what I'm saying, because of something. Um, but this is more of on a like 9/11 was more like a localized thing as far as like just the United States and then maybe one other country involved, Pakistan, Iran, whatever, wherever they came from. But this coronavirus thing, this is a global emergency in our country, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a global emergency. Let's see what these comments say. Coronavirus is so dangerous because of the incubation period. The country was unprepared because of China. They hid the facts that a SARS-like illness was infecting their people. Okay, so okay, there's seven types of coronavirus. Two of them, SARS and COVID-19, affect the respiratory tract of humans. COVID-19 is far more contagious than any type of coronavirus we've encountered. Okay, that may be true. That may be true, but now, I'm glad that you're here, Caleb Levine, because I have questions. It seems like you've done. I mean, I work. I'm not saying you don't work full time, but I work full time. I don't always have the chance to check. I don't always have the chance to check these things. I don't always have the chance to check the news when it's on and stuff like that. So, what what is this? How supposedly did this coronavirus start? Because I'm hearing all these conspiracy theorist type explanations, and that ain't really like I want to hear some answers. Like I want to know, like how did this coronavirus start? You know what I'm saying? Like how like is it I mean, because I'm hearing that it came from somebody eating a bat or somebody doing like some weird shit like that, like somebody eating a bat or somebody doing I don't know, like I don't know, doing something to an animal. I have no idea. But apparently that's how this thing started. Is somebody ate a bat, in which in the wake of all of this, you know what I'm saying? Like when you look back in retrospect, you have been seeing a lot of videos and stuff being shared on social media of Chinese people eating these oddities of animals, like you know what I'm saying, like just eating them in like these things that are just disgusting looking, and they're just tearing them the fuck up. Let's see what this comments. Best evidence we've got tells us that a bat transmitted the virus into something pangolin, possibly then to human. Pangolin. What is pangolin? What does that mean? Pangolins are our best estimate as of now. Is pangolin? I heard it was. Is pangolin an animal? I heard it was a civet cat. Is that what a pangolin is? The civet cat? Because I've been hearing that the civet cat, CIVET, the civet cat was a reason. Was I think the civet cat was the middleman. Something came from a civet. I don't know 100%, man. Riddle me that, Caleb Devaney. What is a pangolin? I'm waiting on your response, buddy. Civet cat's called SARS. Okay, now what exactly was SARS? I don't want you to. I don't want you to think that I'm like uninformed or anything, but I just don't keep up with stuff like that. So, what exactly is SARS? What was SARS? I don't know, man. Like I don't keep up with this stuff. Enveloped in I'm so enveloped in the MMA world. Like I don't watch the news like I used to. I should though, because I have no idea what these illnesses are. Like what was SARS? Is SARS like a respiratory infection too? I mean, is that like a respiratory infection or something like that. But like I was saying, guys, I've never seen like, I think our country is more in shock than it was with 9/11, because 9/11 was just, that to me was like those events were just like isolated events. You know what I'm saying? Like the United States was who was on notice, um, on notice with 9/11. This is the coronavirus is the entire world. Okay, let's see. Pangolins are feline-like animals that Chinese traditional medicine uses. The scales of these animals, pussy babies, are unfertile women. It's insanity. Mm. So it's not one of those weird videos you see on Facebook of people eating the weird shit. I mean, so it's not the weird videos that you see on Facebook or something like that. Hey man, hey guys, there is let's see here. Um I am doing a t-shirt giveaway, Caleb Lavini. So there's a question posted on No Filter MMA's Facebook page. There is a question posted on No Filter MMA's Facebook page, guys. Um, and the correct answers to those questions will be entered into a pot. I'm doing two questions. So the first question is out, and whoever answers these questions, I'm gonna take 10 people the first 10 people that answer it correctly will be put into a hat. And I'll draw, and you'll get a free t-shirt, a free No Filter MMA t-shirt. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. All right. Yeah, so go subscribe to No Filter MMA. Go follow No Filter MMA on Facebook. Answer that question correctly. It's pertaining to this channel. It's pertaining to this channel. So you answer that question correctly, and you will be entered into the drawing to get a free No Filter MMA t-shirt. Let's see what these comments say. All right, Caleb. So SARS outbreak occurred in Yunnan province. Interestingly enough, it's a very dangerous respiratory coronavirus, but we got lucky in 2003, 2004 that it's not as contagious as COVID-19. Okay, killed hundreds of people across Asia and hospitalized thousands. Then out of nowhere, it mysteriously vanished. Well, how do you feel about, what I'm saying, the Sylvia Brown, the very famous psychic? Like, she's the only like realistic psychic that if I did believe in psychics, what I'm saying, like the psychic that I would believe in would be Sylvia Brown, or what's the guy that has a little show, the clairvoyant, the little gay guy? What's his name? Um, Tyler, I think. I think he has a show on E Network, or had a show on E Network. I don't know, but he is pretty believable. And him and Sylvia Brown were pretty believable. Well, Sylvia Brown made a statement. Let me look up and see exactly what Sylvia Brown said in her book that pertain to the coronavirus. Now, the little meme that's floating around on Facebook, with the Simpsons, that's fake. It's Photoshop. But let's see, Sylvia. I bet her book is selling like hell right now. I really think her book is probably selling like a motherfucker because she made a reference to the coronavirus way back. Okay, let's see what Sylvia Brown said about the coronavirus. Very interesting point, guy. Okay, here it is right here. Uh, okay, it says in/around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness was spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling than the illness itself would be the fact that it will suddenly vanish and quickly as it arrived, attack again Okay, let me read this again. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish and quickly as it arrived, attack again 10 years later and then disappear completely. Like, that's a big thing. Hold on, y'all. My sister done called me. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. My sister asked me about some fucking tires. I work at a dealership, y'all. But I'm off today. I work at a dealership, but I'm off. My sister asked me about some fucking tires. Let's see. All right, let's see what you said, Caleb. Appreciate you being very interactive today, Caleb. Um, People must be scared to jump on. Usually I have about 17, 18 people in on the chats, but it seems like everybody's scared to open YouTube. YouTube is contagious. I might spread you my, oh no, I'm off center here. I might spread you my coronavirus through the webcam, you know. Uh, Let me tell you this, hydroxychloroquine and the Z-Pack so far has shown very promising results against SARS and the closest living cousin of COVID-19. A Z-Pack is an antibiotic, but in humans it has antiviral properties, especially in the upper respiratory tract of humans. Where are you getting your information from, Caleb Levine? You sound like a very interesting character here. I might have to bring you onto the podcast and let's hear you talk one day, man. You seem like a very intelligent being, you know. But then again, I'm just reading words. You never know. But let's get to some MMA talk. So, what does this coronavirus mean for Tony versus Khabib? You know what I'm saying? This is the question that everybody's asking. You know what I'm saying? What does this mean for Tony versus Khabib? I just listened to the CDC. Man, you ain't listening to no CDC. You don't. When you listen to the CDC, you paint with a broad brush. You don't remember specifics like that. I was a biology major in college. I know. I know that when you're not pulling you if you're not into this type of stuff, you're not pulling what you're typing out. That's very specific stuff you're talking about. You must like that kind of stuff. Uh, yeah, it's not gonna happen in the USA. You know what I'm saying? That's the question. What's what's gonna happen for Tony versus Khabib? This has got to happen. This fucking fight has to happen. I don't care what has to fucking happen. I don't give a fuck what has to happen. This fight has to happen. This fight has to happen. This fight has to happen for sure. Like I'm not even joking, man. Like this is the fight. This is the biggest fight, not only in lightweight history. This has the potential to be the biggest fight in UFC history. This is a huge fight. Khabib is a massive star. Khabib has become a massive, 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 massive star. You know, fight until this fight happens. I don't know, man, but something's got to happen. But guys, I want to give a quick shout out to Cage Warriors. Kudos to Cage Warriors for not letting that coronavirus shit stop them from putting on a show, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Cage Warriors for giving us some fucking live MMA. Put on a great fucking show. And I like the way that the UFC fighters that were supposed to fight at UFC London headline the Cage Warriors card. That was fucking cool. I like that. I really like the fact that they let these two guys, these two big stars from over there, you know what I'm saying, that are fighting in the UFC, they allowed them to headline this Cage Warriors card. That was fucking amazing, man. I loved it. I loved it. But this is a huge fight. Like Tony Ferguson versus Habib Nurmagomedov. This fight absolutely 100% has to happen. This fight has to happen for the sport. Like this fight has to happen, man. We have to know, if in me, I'm a Khabib fan. I'm a Khabib Nurmagomedov fan, but this fight right here tells us, is Khabib really as good as Khabib is? Is Khabib really as good? Because this is arguably Khabib's biggest. This is arguably his biggest test. His biggest test is arguably going to be Tony Ferguson. Some people would say Khabib. Some people would say Conor McGregor. Some people would say Edson Barboza. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking about Gleason Tibalt beat Khabib. Please stop fucking saying that shit. Please stop saying that bullshit because that's nothing but bullshit. That's nothing but bullshit. So stop saying that Gleason Tibalt beat Khabib because he did not beat Khabib. Anyways, yeah, he did not fucking beat Khabib Nurmagomedov. So stop with that whole, Khabib is 28-1. He lost to Gleason Tibalt. No, the fuck he did. Or 27-1. He lost to Gleason Tibalt. No, the fuck he didn't. He beat the fuck out of Gleason Tibalt like he beat the fuck out of everybody else. Shit. Everybody clinging on to the hope of Conor McGregor was going to be, Conor won the third round. Did it fucking matter that Conor won the third round? Did that shit really fucking matter if Conor McGregor won that third round? Fuck no. Fuck no. It didn't matter. That shit didn't matter at all. That shit didn't matter at all that Conor won that third round. Conor didn't do a motherfucking thing in that fight but get his ass beat like everybody else that Khabib was fault. Some bullshit that the MMA world come up with, some fluff storyline, you know what I'm saying, in hopes that Conor McGregor would dethrone Khabib. You stupid. People were fucking stupid as shit around that. Like, I hate when MMA fans get stupid. When a certain fight is about to happen and then MMA fans get real stupid. You know what I'm saying? They start acting stupid and being unreasonable and, you know what I'm saying, just because somebody's a hype train. I'm just like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be realistic when you're looking at some of these matchups, man. Like Costa versus Adesanya. Everybody knows that Costa's gonna fucking beat his ass. Everybody knows Paulo Costa's gonna murk him when they get in there with each other. So, but everybody's like, "Oh, is he so good? Is he so good?" He is good, but Paulo Costa is another type of animal. That's a whole different podcast. We're not even gonna talk about that. We're not even gonna talk about it. Guys, I'm telling you, this quarantine green, this quarantine green is really on point. This quarantine green is on point. If you guys didn't get you some quarantine green, then I'm sorry. Two fights I'm ready to see are Carmouche versus McFarlane, Cyborg versus Zingano. Are those fights announced? I mean, are those I don't think Zingano versus Cyborg is announced. I don't think Zingano is going to go for Cyborg right away. I think Cyborg will fight Arlene Blenko. I think she'll fight Arlene Blenko, and I think Zingano will fight either Julia Budd or Olga Rubin. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think will happen. I think Arlene Blenko will get the title shot against Chris Cyborg. And then Kat Zingano will fight somebody like Olga Rubin or possibly Julia Budd. But I'm telling y'all, fucking Kat Zingano is gonna wreak havoc in Bellator. You watch and see. Kat Zingano is gonna wreak havoc. She was going through guys, her breast implants is what's been causing Kat Zingano to not be so healthy. She had breast implants, and they were poisoned. They were literally poisoning her system. She had her breast implants removed. Like Kat Zingano been going through a whole new metamorphosis. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to see, like, I'm ready to see a whole new Kat Zingano, straight up. You know, like if Kat Zingano can become the Bellator champion, that sets up if Kat Zingano can become the Bellator featherweight champion, that sets up Zingano versus Nunes too. They would okay. Let's just hypothetically, guys. Look, just hypothetically, think about this. Caleb Levine, absolutely. I do think that Kat Zingano can beat Chris Cyborg. I do. I think it's not impossible for Kat Zingano to beat Chris Cyborg because Kat's bigger. She's stronger at 145. Not bigger than Cyborg, but Kat Zingano herself, is bigger and stronger at 145. You know what I'm saying? It's her style, that unorthodox style. Kat Zingano is incredibly strong, incredibly strong. You know what I'm saying? And at 145, Kat Zingano is probably a beast. We didn't get to see it against Megan Anderson because of the toe in the eye, but Kat Zingano is a fucking contender. I'm telling you, we haven't seen the last of Kat Zingano. Kat had to figure out what was fucking her up, and now she's got it figured out. So, a healthy Kat Zingano, let's go. Let's go. But I think that at that point, think about this, guys. Gegard Mousasi versus this version of Gegard Mousasi versus Israel Adesanya, if Izzy is still the champion, because I think it'd probably be Paulo Costa by then. But hypothetically, Mousasi versus Adesanya, this champ Bader versus Stipe Miocic. Not saying that he was going to beat Stipe Miocic, but just the hype that could be around that fight. Ryan Bader versus Stipe Miocic. If Valentina and Elimele McFarlane both retain their belts, Valentina Shevchenko versus Elimele McFarlane. I mean, come on. Dude, it's all about, listen, man, the thing about Cyborg, Cyborg hasn't had anybody, I can't, dude, to be honest, look at Felicia Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Look at how Felicia Spencer went in there. True featherweight. I think I wouldn't call Kat Zingano a true featherweight, but Kat Zingano fits in the featherweight very well. I think Kat can mold into featherweight very well. Dude, Nunes could never make 125, bro. Nunes could never make 125. That's completely out of the question, bro. Nunes will. That's like people were saying that. Right? People were saying that Felicia Spencer should make 135. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Felicia Spencer walks in at about when Felicia Spencer walks into the octagon, Phenom win about 160 plus. I guarantee you. She said it her last fight. She said she would be upwards of 160 pounds when she walks into the octagon. Felicia Spencer is a big woman. That's a big woman. But did you see how Felicia Spencer was able to, like, Cyborg, she finished Julia Budd, but Cyborg ain't beating these girls down like she used to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Felicia Spencer stayed in there with Cyborg. Julia Budd stayed in there with Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? These Bellator featherweights, I'm going to tell you, Bellator has the best featherweights in the world. You know what I'm saying? Other than a few that are in Invicta, like Pam Sorensen, some of those girls over in Invicta are high level. Caitlin Young, those are high level featherweights. But as far as the roster as a whole, Bellator has the best women's featherweight division. So Chris Cyborg's not gonna have no easy fights at Bellator. It's not gonna be like it was in the UFC where they were feeding her Yana Kunitskaya, they were feeding her Lena Landsberg, they feed her Leslie Smith. You know what I'm saying? These girls that are going to be fighting Cyborg and Bellator are going to be balls to the walls girls who are going to go in there and give Cyborg a fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Nunes makes pretty easy work of Spencer, but Felicia Spencer is very, you know what I'm saying? So she was 2 division champion, in my opinion. She won. Yeah, but Shevchenko got to worry about them killers coming out at 125. That's what Shevchenko got to worry about. She got to worry about them killers rising up at 125. I don't want to. I talk about that all the time. I try to stay away from that this podcast, but that's what Shevchenko need to be worried about because there's some killers at 125 that's coming up through the rankings, bro. I'm telling you. But anyways, um, Felicia Spencer versus Amanda Nunes, very interesting. Very interesting matchup for sure. Felicia Spencer is a decorated striker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Caleb Levine, man. Jesus, man. You got Jillian Robertson coming up through the flyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Excellent, excellent jiu-jitsu practitioner. You have Montana De La Rosa, decorated all-state champion wrestler with a very, very well-rounded game, very hard hitting right hand, very dangerous right hand. Montana De La Rosa coming up through the rankings, dude. You got girls. Then you're gonna have Cynthia Calvillo coming into the flyweight division. You're gonna have Alexa Grasso coming into the flyweight division. Possibly, you know what I'm saying. Tatiana Suarez has talked about moving to flyweight. You know what I'm saying. Um, you know, Valentina got to worry about what's going on at flyweight because flyweight, you can say at one point, dude, Valentina Shevchenko's jiu-jitsu is not better than Jillian Robertson's, and I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that Valentina Shevchenko's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not better than Jillian Robertson's. Let's just be real. Jillian Robertson is arguably the best grappler in that division, the best grappler in the entire division. So let's stay on the right track here, Mr. Caleb Levine. Appreciate you hanging out with me today, man. She would smoke Jillian on the feet, you know what I'm saying? But Jillian has evolution until she's to that level where she can fight somebody like Valentina. I'm saying the potential killers coming up in this division is who Valentina's got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? A few more good fights for Jillian Robinson. A few more. She got, yeah, and Macy got put out by Roxanne Modafferi. So what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are you trying to say? People lose. People lose. So what? Do you think Roxanne would have beat Jillian Robinson? Probably not. Probably not. But it is what it is. You got De La Rosa coming up, well-rounded game, can go anywhere. We've seen De La Rosa have success in fights on the feet, just like her last fight. We've seen Montana De La Rosa with success on the ground with wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So you got these well-rounded fighters coming up, and I would even go as far as to say, like I've said before, Roxanne, would you think beat her? Do I think Roxanne would beat Valentina? I don't know, man. She whooped Antonina, dude. Roxanne handed Antonina Shevchenko her ass on a silver platter. Macy, dude. I've said that as well. I've said Macy Barber. I've said Jillian Robertson. I've said Montana De La Rosa. I will even go as far as to say Ariane Lipsky. If Ariane Lipsky gets her shit together, dude, Ariane Lipsky can be a hell of a fucking fighter at flyweight. She could be a hell of a fighter if Ariane Lipsky gets her shit together, dude. She'd be great. She'd be that. That'd be all she needs. You know what I'm saying? Ariane Lipsky could be a hell. She can knock girls out. And it's not going to be Chukagian. It's not going to be anybody Jennifer Maya. None of them. None of those girls are threats to Valentina. The threats to Valentina are the younger fighters like Macy Barber, like Jillian Robertson, like De La Rosa. Like possibly like Cynthia Calvillo. She's got a fight coming up. Those are your threats to Valentina Shevchenko. And I preach that, and I preach that over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? People are like, when this flyweight division first started, when those girls were coming off of tough, I said those girls would be good, and nobody believed that De La Rosa and Robertson would be of any substance in the flyweight division. And okay, thank you, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think Andrea Lee beat Montana De La Rosa, but I don't think that Andrea Lee has what it takes to go much further in that division. You know what I'm saying? I don't, man. I don't. Montana De La Rosa showed in her last fight that she improved leaps and bounds from her last fight, which is what I think we're going to see with Jillian Robertson when she fights Talia Santos in June. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to see a huge improvement in. Because listen, I've talked to Jillian Robertson plenty of times on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I'm scheduling Jillian Robertson coming up soon too. Jillian Robertson, when she takes a loss, man, when she lost to Maida Brano Silva, that was a hard loss for Jillian. Jillian Robertson went on a fucking tear in that division after she lost to Mara Brano Silva. Now she's taking this loss to Macy Barber. I feel sorry for Talia Santos. Jillian Robertson is the hungriest that she's ever been. And a hungry Jillian Robertson is a dangerous Jillian Robertson. And we've seen what a hungry Montana De La Rosa looks like after that loss to Andrea KGB Lee. She went out there and starched Mara Morel Barella. Starched her. Beat that ass. So it is what it is. Whaley wants that fight with Valentina. Tough fight. There were parts in the JJ fight that if JJ had any real power, she could have put Whaley out. So, yeah, JJ just doesn't, she's her power, she's throwing up with a lot more power than she was previously. You know what I'm saying? Like in other fights, you know what I'm saying? But JJ was throwing with some heat though. That's the most heat that I've seen Joanna Jędrzejczyk throw. You know what I'm saying? Like if she would have got those hits off on Valentina, then that fight could have been a whole lot different with Valentina. But Joanna Jędrzejczyk was throwing heat at Weili Zhang. That was a good fucking fight. That was a damn good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see somebody putting on. That's the type of fight that somebody needs to put on with Valentina. That's what somebody needs. That's the type of fight somebody needs to put on with Valentina Shevchenko. That's the only way you're going to beat Valentina Shevchenko is if you can do what she does, if you can match her and do what she does. You know what I'm saying? So I think a fighter, you know what I'm saying, like, a fighter with development, like that's why I say Ariane Lipski can stand and bang with anybody. She can stand and bang with anybody. Ariane Lipski develops a ground game because Valentina going to try to sneak and take you down. You got to think about the weapons that these girls in these flyweight division, what they have, these weapons that with development and with those higher level fights will mold these girls to be. You know what I'm saying? Ariane Lipski gets her ground game and her cardio down. She can be a threat to anybody in that division. Anybody. Jillian Robertson rounds out her game as far as employs a striking game into her jiu-jitsu game. Jillian Robertson is a threat to anybody in that division. Montana De La Rosa has that well-rounded game set. And Montana De La Rosa just needs tough fights. That's what Montana De La Rosa needs. She needs tough fights. This last fight was somewhat tough. She needs another fight like the Andrea KGB fight. And she needs to win that fight. Maybe like an Alexis Davis or a Lauren Murphy or something like that. That's what De La Rosa needs next. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready to see what's going to happen. I think Jillian will get back into the top 15 with an impressive win over Talia Santos. For sure, they should put her back in the top 15 and get these girls up in the rankings, man. Let's roll. But guys, as far as this Khabib and Tony fight, man, I just pray to the MMA guys that if this fight happens, man, we need this fight. The MMA community as a whole, man, like we straight up need this fight. We need this fight. This fight has to happen. Caleb Levine, man, welcome to my channel, bro. I guess the coronavirus has everybody shut in, man. Everybody, they scared of YouTube, bro. Damn. Appreciate the feedback, bro. Appreciate the talking, man. It's been a great conversation, but you come to this channel, man, you're going to hear a lot about Jillian. You're going to hear a lot about Montana. You're going to hear a lot about, you know what I'm saying, as far as when it comes to the flyweight division, you'll hear a lot about those girls because those are the girls that I happen to see a lot of potential in as far as, future champions in that division. I spotted that way. This ain't a hype train that I'm jumping on, bro. This is straight up been following these girls since they first came into the UFC, since the Ultimate Fighter. I've seen potential in those girls in the Ultimate Fighter. You know what I'm saying? I was a huge Nico Montano fan. You know what I'm saying? But Nico, she let me down so bad, dude. I interviewed her coach. The fight week, I interviewed Arlene Blinko. That's not Arlene Blanco. Arlene Sanchez Vaughn from Fit and HB in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Nico's coach. I interviewed, bro, Caleb, dude. You know what I'm saying? I interviewed her coach, and her coach was talking like, dude, me and Taylor was like, we were so hyped because we were like, dude, she fucking Nico, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nico Montano fucking came from being dead last in the Ultimate Fighter to winning that shit, and she's about to go in here and fucking bang it out with Valentina Shevchenko, and she let us down. Ugh. I was so fucking excited to see Nico Montano fight Valentina Shevchenko. Even if Nico would have lost, to see Nico go in there, guns blazing, and defend her belt, you know what I'm saying, and fight, do what Nico does, and fight till, just fight till she can't fight anymore, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was all about. It was all about seeing Nico go in there and show no fear, just like she did on the Ultimate Fighter. What we didn't expect this Nico. We expected what we saw on the Ultimate Fighter, and what we saw on Ultimate Fighter was a relentless little pit bull who went in. She beat the shit out of Montana De La Rosa on the Ultimate Fighter. I was shocked. I was shocked. Now I think Montana De La Rosa would beat her, but well, that would be a good fight. That would actually be a pretty good fight if Montana De La Rosa fought her now. Um, but Nico, I was so excited to see Nico go in there and fucking bang it out with Valentina Shevchenko, man. And she didn't, dude. Like, it was such a heartbreak waking up that morning, you know what I'm saying, and learning that, ready for. I was off that morning too. It was a Friday. I was off that morning just for the way I took off of work just for the fucking weigh-ins. You know what I'm saying? And fucking Nico Bell didn't even make it to the scale. Nico totally pulled out of that fight. She totally ducked that fight. She totally ducked that fade with Valentina Shevchenko. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. She put it on a good account of herself against, fucking Juliana Pena. But it is what it is. But anyways, man, I'm getting off of here. Just thought I'd come on and talk a little bit about this coronavirus. Smoke a little pot with y'all, wake and bake, top of the morning. It's just around noon here. But let's go. This will be your boy BJ back. Caleb, hit that subscribe button, bro. Hit that subscribe button. Stick around. No Filter MMA. Usually we have more people in, but it's the coronavirus, man. Coronavirus is killing us YouTubers, bro. But it is what it is. I keep it 100 here, Caleb. I've been subscribed. I keep it 100 over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a small channel. I had a huge opportunity coming up to cover this promotion called Contenders from the UK. Was coming to Florida, and I was going to be working press there and bringing live coverage of what was going on from here, right here. I was going to be bringing live coverage, covering the weigh-ins and covering everything like that. But the coronavirus has shut everything down, so it is what it is. We'll make the best out of it. But anyways, man, I'm getting off of here. Enjoy the rest of your day, man, and wash your fucking hands. Hit the subscribe button, y'all, and I am out.